Hello, welcome to today's video diary for finding my way with Pi, purpose, intention, and emotion. I am Pi, and today I want to talk about worry. I am feeling worried today. I have this amazing friend who I consider family, who has had some medical challenges the last couple of years, and they've been quite scary and life-threatening. And I won't say exactly what the situation is, just for, confidentiality, and it's not my business, but as a story to convey what this feels like, I'll just position it like this. A bright spirit, a loving heart, someone who connects us and lifts us all up and brings us together. Someone who works tirelessly and effortlessly for the well-being of others, to contribute to charity and good causes, and doing everything she can. A badass in her own right, a thriving business in a male-dominated world, particularly the industry that she's in. And she kills it. She's amazing. And being this light that she is for others, I can imagine how much energy that takes. How much time and effort and love and energy and willpower to return day after day and to be this amazing beacon of hope and light. And also be a human full of hurt who is living her own story that so much the world does not see, both through her own health trials and also through some challenges of some situations with her daughters and the split family situation that happens there. And she handles this with such grace for all of our eyes looking at her. It's inspiring, the strength that she has and the way she keeps giving and how much love she has for other people. And I just pray that she has as much love for herself. What would you do if you found yourself in a situation where you were reminded of the fragility of life, where you were reminded that we don't get to choose when we go, and we often don't know, and it's uncertain in the end? What we think we have control over may not be so great after all. We forget, or rather we avoid. What would you do if you suddenly found out you may have less time left than you thought? Would you think that that was a blessing and a gift to learn that? Because then you could shed the shackles of fear and limitation and do what's most important for you? Or would you interpret that as a burden, as a hurt, and carry a guilt that you may hurt others? over something you have no control over when you go. Or some other interpretation. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. And I think all interpretations are fair. Why? Because we are human and we all just have emotions. Emotions are such a natural part of being a human. It's like breathing. You can't help it. It's automatic. So are emotions. And what we resist persists. I think there's deep beauty in having this wholeness of emotion and having this wholeness to feel both hurt and healing. Each emotion may have something that feels somewhat opposite. So maybe you have a pleasant emotion and there's an emotion that's somewhat opposite to it, that's unpleasant. They exist together. They need each other. It's how they talk to each other and what they give us to experience in this life and to be able to appreciate that. That's the gift. It's okay to accept all of it. We don't need to resist the hard parts. What if we just acknowledge the painful parts as a gift of knowing what they feel like so that we can appreciate when it's good. I worry, and I'm worried today. I worry for my friend. I worry for her family. I worry for the grief that they experience both living and hopefully not, but what may come. And my greatest wish for all of us, when faced with the situation where you're looking at the fragility of life and you're feeling the grief of possibly a life slipping away, never feels right, or often doesn't. But my greatest wish is that we can embrace this with some gentleness and compassion and remember self-worth through this process, particularly for my friend. I hope she remembers this deeply. A little bit ago on these video diaries, I did some processing through what self-worth is. And for me, I had to come into that and understanding that for myself as part of my emotional journey and my healing from a completely different situation, which was extreme burnout, which, by the way, had so many tentacles. It was so much farther reaching, burnout was, and damaging than I ever imagined it would be or was before I personally experienced it. Having healed from that, I learned about how I perceive and understand self-worth, and I realize that we need this reminder as humans through multiple situations and scenarios in our lives. We need them. We need this reminder when if we're a parent and we feel like we're failing at parenting, or if we burn out at work and we feel like we're failing there, or if we're going through a health scare and we feel like we're letting our loved ones down just by our health condition because of the worry that it causes them. It's okay. Of course, there's worry, but let's look at this as a gift. This is what I'd like to do. If I didn't love my friend as deeply as I do, I wouldn't have the gift of worrying for her. The worry is a sign of how much love is there, and the love is the gift. I want to read what I wrote to myself that I put on my wall. I printed it and I put it on my wall, and this has to do with self-worth. And I came and I found this today after I had a chance to visit with my friend and our family. Friends who are family. We built our own tribe. We call ourselves a family. And I was just reminded of, hey, I need to look at this self-worth thing again, and I feel the need to say this to myself and to anyone out there who may need to hear it, and to my friend, because the message is relevant even now. And here's what I chose related to self-worth and what I believe it is and how I will treat myself. I will treat myself with compassion, gentleness, understanding, and forgiveness, commitment, loyalty, love, grace, belief in myself, and I will always be here for myself. I will keep this promise to myself as my guiding light. When I do this, I am always good enough for myself and others. Worry can be okay. It's a sign of something that you care about. When worry becomes unhealthy, I think is when we let it turn into fear and let it drive us. I think it's important to remember to be gentle with ourselves and compassionate, and remember to feel what we're feeling. Remember, any one of those painful emotions also has a root in a pleasant one. Double-sided, the light and the dark, they're all okay. Thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.